What's happening, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today, we're diving back into more Arvon beer. It's a collaboration beer once again. Arvon and Lost Art Brew House. And this is a IPA, guys. NEIPA. Clocking in at 7% ABV. And it is brewed with Riwaka and Enigma hops. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of Riwaka, especially from Arvon lately. And many other hazy beers and IPAs. I see those quite frequently. But today it's the Jazz Flute. I love this ABV range, 7% right in the sweet spot, that two-hearted staple 7%. Typically, I like a little bit lighter beers, but you know what? It's okay. It's still that hazy beer that we'll investigate today. There is no canned-on date, but I imagine this is quite fresh as it was just dropped into distribution a couple days ago. Again, they've been doing a lot of collaboration beers, so this is fun to see them collabing with all these Michigan breweries. Really fun stuff. So Jazz Flute, I've never had it, and we are going to dive in. There is the sweet can art that now Arvon does all the time, very frequently. Awesome can art. They've upped their game. So we got our Michigan glassware, which we are going to dive into in just one moment. And we're going to see what this is about, guys. So as we crack it, good little pop. How hazy is she going to be? Let's find out. Oh yeah, baby. That is citrusy sludge. That is OJ. That is hazy, baby. Haze bomb alert. So, right there, and there you go, guys. I don't need to say much, do I? I mean, you can see this. About as hazy as it's ever going to get in a million years. Am I over hazies? Slightly, but I guess I'll never get tired of them 100% because it's made beer what it is today. It's just accelerated IPAs. It's made everything crazier and more ridiculous. So everybody loves hazies typically nowadays. But again, the pendulum swings. We go back the other way. People like lagers and pilsners. That's where I like to sit too nowadays. But we are investigating. Let's get a nose. Man, it's like dank white grape to me. Like big time, firm, dank, juicy white grapes. Like very wine-like. It's just very citrusy, very dank wine. Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Gris, like white wine world. It's just pouring into my nostrils. It feels that way. Just super crazy smell. Like I've gotten this from Arvon before. They kind of play with different hops. Typically I feel like a Nelson Sauvin, grapey, winey kind of thing. This one, I don't know. I think the Enigma maybe is just playing off that a little bit. It's bringing that to the table. Crazy smell. Smells very fruity, forward, creamy, almost has like a creamsicle vibe to it, although it's not so much orangey, just more grapefruit, a little bit more tropical. Smells delicious though, I'm not gonna lie. Like there's a lot of Meyer lemon sweetness, jammy lemon, almost a little bit of just like bitter raspberries. While still being juicy though, it's bizarre. It's a very crazy smell, again, very wine-like. Let's investigate, guys. Jazz Flute. Cheers. Super chewy, super creamy. Oh, nice bitterness that follows on the back end, but not overplayed. Very soft, decadent mouthfeel. That's pretty good mouthfeel, man. That's one of the better ones I've seen in a minute from Arvon. It's a creamy Sauvignon Blanc. A little bit of dank white grape. Creamy lemony jam. Am I making shit up? Probably. But that's what comes to mind right now. It's just, it's got some sort of berries. It's got this nice, intense, creamy citrus. It's got this wonderful, sweet pine resin on the back end, but it's not too big. It's not too overdone on the palate. It does dry out very nicely, but it's not in a harsh manner. It comes across very decadently, very softly, and again, very creamy mouthfeel. I love this. This is fantastic. Again, the acidity reminds me a lot of wine. It feels like a winey beer. And I mean that in a very nice way because, again, the body's there, the creaminess is there. I said orange creamsicle. I mean like lemon creamsicle. I can't even talk. It brings these just berries, these fruits, a little bit of mangoes, I guess, on the back end. It's just really a wonderful combination of flavors. I dig this, man. I'm like burping up like acidity in creamsicle. It's so weird. It's so weird. There's just a complete creamy layer added to this beer that I don't get on a lot of New England styles anymore. It reminds me a lot of a very decadent Hot Butcher beer. I mean, it really does. The mouthfeel is so on point with this beer. It's absurd. Absurdly good. All while still maintaining a little bit of that bitterness on the back end. A little bit of maltiness. White honey bread. Again, citrus for days. A little bit of stone fruit. That mango thing kind of hanging on the back end that eases into bitterness. It's really good. It's a really good beer. One of the better ones I've had in a minute. Jazz Flute, well done. Where do I rank this? How do I rate this beer? Bitterness does hang on though. The more I drink it, like, it's drier, it's more bitter, it's more astringent on the back end. A little bit of like twang to it. Like there's like a little bit of like lemon lime again in this. That comes out more and more the more I sit on this one. Wow, getting drier. It's just getting drier as I drink it. More bitter. It's crazy. That's why sometimes I draw these reviews out a little bit longer than they need to be. The palate adjusts to these, and then the flavor kind of changes a little bit. So this is drier and a little bit less sweet than I thought originally. I'm going to go with a 4.25 out of 5. It's a fantastic New England style IPA, guys. Really awesome collaboration beer. I dig this one. I think you will too. You can pick it up for about, I don't know, what was it, $4 or $5.99? So that's what they cost these days. It is what it is. I am out of here. Cheers.